Oh my God, I put too much on. When you're starting out in makeup, it's always so difficult to find exactly what products to get and what brands to get the products from. Today, we're gonna do a full face of beginner's makeup using one brand. So if you wanna see what brand we're gonna be using, and if you wanna see whether or not the products I picked will actually work on dark skin, then keep on watching. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey! So the brand that we're going to be using in today's full face of beginner's makeup is LA Girl. So today we're going to be doing a full face of LA Girl makeup. So let's go ahead and start out with the brows. It is very rare to get black brow pencils on the market, so I was very surprised when I found this black brow pencil. This is called the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. It's very, very thin, and I'm gonna go ahead and line the bottom of my brows. It shows up, people. It shows up. That's all that matters. This is my process. You don't have to do yours the way, you don't have to do your brows the way I do mine, but I only do the bottoms of my brow before I actually go into my makeup. So we have the Pro Brush Duo Brow Brush, and I'm gonna be using the Pro Concealer. This is beautiful bronze. It's gonna be interesting because this concealer is a creamy concealer, and I generally like using a mattifying concealer for my brows. I'm interested in seeing what this is going to be like. A lot of people generally just go straight in with this concealer onto the brows and just conceal it. I'm not that precise, and I need to take my time to figure this out. So I'm going to be using the brush. This is the 207 concealer brush. It's very, very thin. I really like the shape of this. For the inner part of my eye, I'm going to be using the shade Truffle. Don't put too much on if you're a beginner, because I don't know how you're going to blend it out, honey. I put a skin tone shade concealer in the front and a very bright concealer in the back. Okay, so generally I go in with a liquid eyeshadow primer before I go in with an eyeshadow base. The eyeshadow primer I picked up from LA Girl is the Pro Primer High Definition Eyeshadow Primer. This kind of sort of looks like an eyeshadow base, and I'm definitely gonna blend it out with my hand because that's how I generally blend out my eyeshadow primers. It's a very pigmented primer. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I generally never put eyeshadow directly onto the primer, but with this situation, honey, I don't know which way I'm going. Is it up or down? Like, I'm just blending the concealer into the primer a little bit more. And the primer is very bright to where I feel like I can do a colored look with this and it will be okay. Before we go in with the eyeshadow, I'm gonna set my brow bone with some setting powder because this concealer is very creamy, and if I don't set it, it's gonna move on me. I'm very interested in seeing how this primer is going to last. So we have the LA Girl Festy Bestie. This is what Festy Bestie looks like. Okay, so let's be a little festive, and I'm gonna take this purplish shade in the palette. I'm gonna put it on my eyes. I'm using the LA Girl 204 brush. It's a dome brush, and it's gonna fit perfectly into the crease, but you can also use it to pack on color. I definitely feel like if I had used an eyeshadow base, this color will be popping a lot more than it's popping right now. I'm also going to do my best to only use one brush for this look. I'm going into this orange shade that we have. I'm going to use that to blend the upper parts of this look as my transition color. So LA Girl has these Dream Glitter liquid eyeshadows. They are very, very cute. There's a bunch of them, and we have a few of them here. I'm using the Dream Glitter Iridescent Liquid Eyeshadow. This is the shade Meteor Shower. It is very cute. Hopefully it shows up exactly how I'm thinking it's gonna show up. Ooh. The liquid eyeshadow is showing up more intensely than I thought it was gonna show up. Honey, this is cute. So what I'm doing is, instead of using this by itself, I'm using it to cut my crease. Also, I'm gonna use it as the base for some of the shimmer shades in the palette. I'm just gonna blend the edges of it out a little bit. I want to take this shade in the palette and put it directly onto this iridescent shade that we put down. I feel like it's going to intensify it a whole lot more than we have right now. That shimmer shade is beautiful, but it's so powdery. It's like all over my face. Almost kind of sort of reminds me of the the Ram Beauty palette. I'm taking some of our original purple shade and I'm just gonna blend into this shimmer shade that we put down. I absolutely love that orange transition that we did with this. It's very cute. My face is looking a hot mess right now. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it. I forgot to get some of the LA Girl makeup removing wipes. I know they have them. I've used them and I really like it. I just completely spaced out on picking some of that up. I'm leaving the eyes like this and we're gonna go in with the Pro Prep High Definition Smoothing Face Primer. This is what that looks like. It smooths and fills in fine lines and pores enriched with vitamin E. Let's see if it has any kind of mattifying effect to it. Ooh, it is almost giving that filter look. It almost kind of sort of has a mattifying effect to it. This is what my face looks like. Half has the primer, the other half doesn't. Even though it doesn't say that it mattifies, it kind of looks like it has some kind of a mattifying property to it. Oh, my face looks so smooth and it feels smooth. Kind of feels like I have powder on my skin, but I don't. I messed up. I should have definitely swatched this before I sat down to do anything, but I'm gonna be using the tinted foundation. It's a buildable foundation, natural finish. This is the deepest shade they have. This is Ebony, which is 772. I should swatch a little bit. It looks like it would blend in nicely, so we're just gonna do that. It comes with like a little pointy tip of it for a more precise application, so that's good. I'm just gonna apply some to my face. I'll also be using this blending sponge. It's very firm and it's actually wet. It doesn't get any softer than it is right now. It doesn't get any bigger than it is right now, and it's very, very, very dense. Ellen, girl, what is you doing? I mean, I'm very sure I woke up like this. I definitely woke up like this. It is a very, very, very light foundation. It's given very light. Okay, this definitely is a tinted moisturizer. Could have been applied with my hand at this point. It is very, very light. Okay, it says buildable, but I don't think it can be that buildable. I can't even tell where the product starts and where my skin ends, so definitely need to color correct or conceal correct if you have like a lot of blemishes on your skin. So this is my face before and this is my face after. I don't know if there's a difference right now because I can't see the side to side, but this is what my skin looks like with this tinted foundation. The moment of truth. I'm going to try to blend out some of this LA Girl concealer. This is the shade Beautiful Bronze. I don't know that I can blend it out, but I'm only going to use a little bit of it because it is definitely on the bright side of concealers. For me, that is, because I don't use concealers this bright. So I'm interested in seeing exactly what it's going to look like. I'm going to use the same sponge and I'm going to blend it under my eyes. Hey, I don't know. I've never been able to blend this concealer out. So I'm very surprised I'm actually blending it out now. Maybe because I know what I'm doing more at this point. But this is a very, very creamy concealer, so you have to be very careful with it. It looks very natural. Okay, let me just say that it looks very natural on the eyes. Because of how little of the concealer I used, I feel like I'm gonna use very little powder. I picked up two setting powders. These are called the Instant Finish Blurring Loose Powder. They have a matte finish and they are an oil controlling formula. And as always, I'm gonna compare the deep setting powder to my regular setting powder. This is the shade Deep. It is, ooh, it is a little bit deeper than my regular setting powder. I haven't seen a powder match to my Benai as this one is right now. I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm gonna go in. Ooh, it is brightening. Is it too brightening? I'm once again going over everything with the side of the sponge. This powder is a lot brighter than I thought it was gonna be. I'm not giving up though because I feel like once I set it, it might just balance into my skin. This blending sponge is not doing me any favors because it's so stiff. I feel like a brush would have done me a better service. Now for everybody that loves seeing me in a bright under eye, I feel like y'all are gonna be very happy with this. So without a contour, we're gonna go in with blush. We have here the LA Girl Soft Matte Cream blush with vitamin E and jojoba oil. It's blendable on both the cheeks and the lips, and it says it's long lasting pigment. So I'm gonna use the shade Hot Shot, and this is what that looks like. It's very small. This is the shade Hot Shot. Okay, seeing as I have trust issues when it comes to these cream concealers. I'm gonna blend it entirely out on the back of my hand with a brush, and then I'm gonna use that brush to apply it. It's not bad at all. Yes. Oh, it looks so good. I did not expect it to look this good, this pigmented. Drugstore. LA girl. Oh my god, it's too much. I put too much on. Oh my god, I put too much on. I'm gonna blend it out. It's gonna be fine. It is going to be fine. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I did not expect this. I'm going in with some of that setting powder. Separate the blush from my under eye. This is what it looks like on the back of my hand. It definitely is mattifying. I'm taking that black brow pencil and I'm gonna go ahead and finish my brows. The brows are looking very, very good, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna go in with a clear brow gel. This is called the Set It Clear Brow Gel. This is what the spoolie on the brow gel looks like. I really like it. It's very small and it's not long, so looks like I'm not going to be making any mistakes. Ooh, and I can actually see the gel going on the brow. Listen, one thing about LA Girl, their neon eyeliners will neon, okay? The gel liners are very nice and I really like how beautifully they show up on the skin. I just put the same purple on my lower lashes. I picked up the Fine Line, Fine Line, long lasting, fine tip liquid eyeliner. It doesn't say whether or not it's matte, but I'm gonna use this. I'm surprised by how pigmented this is and also how beautifully it's shown up on the skin. If you are a beginner at makeup, you definitely need a liner like this because it minimizes your mistakes when it comes to doing your eyeliner, and I like that this one actually shows up beautifully. I'm gonna go in with the Jet Setter Mascara Lash and Go. Buildable smudge proof formula, sky high lift and length, and flake and water resistant. So this looks like it gives you length. I can see my lashes. It's not thick, but you know, it's there. I had the setting spray and I finished this setting spray. So picking up another one was literally a no-brainer for me. This is the LA Girl setting spray. It's very fine. It's a very mild scent, so please don't ask me why, but I picked up a plummish, vampy kind of a lip pencil. I don't know what I was thinking, but this pencil was, I feel like this was the deepest pencil I could find, and that's why I picked it up. I'm gonna use it to line my lips. Okay, so this is the Glitter Magic Shimmer Shifting Lip Color. This is the shade Champagne Fizz. I really hope it looks good in the middle of this. I thought it was glossy when I picked it up. It's like a nudish kind of color with a little bit of a golden kind of shimmer in it. Okay, you guys, so this is what it looks like after I set my face and everything. This looks very good. The lip shade though, the lip shade threw me off because this is not the kind of lip shade that I thought it was gonna be, but I'm not mad at it. I will definitely put some gloss over this because I feel like with the gloss it will look less intimidating. I am not upset with it, but there are a few things that I will change about this routine and maybe substitute some other products for. Number one is my eyeshadow primer. Although the eyeshadow primer is doing very well to where my eyes have not creased, as you can see, no oils have come through and they have not creased, which means it is a very good eyeshadow primer. I will definitely go on top of the eyeshadow primer with an eyeshadow base. That way my eyeshadow palette will pop a lot more than it's popping on my eyes right now. Another thing I would have done differently in this routine is try to find a concealer that was a little bit closer to my foundation shade or my skin tone compared to the Beautiful Bronze, because Beautiful Bronze is still too bright. The only thing that I would say no, don't buy it, I absolutely 100% do not like is this sponge. It is so stiff, it is so hard. It did not get any softer when I wet it. It did not get any bigger when I wet it, so it was very difficult for me to blend my under eyes and also spread my powder easily. So I ended up having to switch to a brush because this sponge just was not it. That's it for me showing you guys a beginner friendly full face of makeup from LA Girl. Let me know what products I used was your favorite. Also let me know what products from LA Girl are staples in your makeup routine. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.